Welcome back, everyone. Sergeant Justin Powell is with us from Lima Highway Patrol. We're talking a little bit about the effects of vehicle defects in your car. How big of a factor is it in the crashes we've had in the past few years?
It seems to be one of, it's not the major factor, but it is a factor that we definitely deal with on a regular basis. Most of the time, it's people just don't have the money, or they think, hey, I can just wait a little bit to get something fixed. Like when money gets tight, let's say gas prices are high, for example.
Sure.
And you're like,
we never see that.
Well, how do I compensate for that? It's like, maybe I'll hold off a little while on buying those new tires.
Yeah.
When you hold off on that and then it rains, you slide, next thing you know, you're spending a whole bunch more money that you already don't have to buy a new car or in medical bills and all kinds of stuff because you just didn't think ahead and get that vehicle fixed.
Yeah, you guys have provided the stats. Over 10,000 crashes in the last, from 2017 to last year, involved defects, and it's just amazing to see those stats, and it's led to some fatalities as well.
It has, and oftentimes when I talk to people after they crash, because it's obvious that a defect caused the crash, which we don't always catch that. Maybe there was a defect we never knew about. When we do catch that, they're like, oh yeah, I was going to get that fixed. But it's just something they had, and they just kept putting on the back burner, until it was too late.
Yeah, talk about the role of, you mentioned tires. Is that one of the biggest factors?
The tires is probably the single largest defect. When your tires get old, they don't have tread. People think, oh, I need them in the winter, but when you get a quick downpour, your tires are not going to hold you the road, and you will slide off that road, and you will crash. Yeah.
Well, you've talked about this before. You know your tires might be in bad shape if you, the first time, as you said, first time it rains, you're at a stoplight and you're spinning. Just going, and it's not ice, it's not anything else, it's just a wet pavement.
But honestly, just go out and look at your car, walk around it, look at it. The cars nowadays have a lot of stuff to tell you when there's problems. If a check engine light comes on, you probably should figure out why. Do you really want to break down in the middle of the highway when everybody else is going 70 miles per hour around you? Yeah. That can cause a crash too. We just don't want to see people get hurt. Take that little bit of time. It'll save you money in the long run to get those repairs before the vehicle actually breaks down.
I think people think tires and they think, oh, they're worn down, but I got time. One of the stats you guys have provided talked about the role of just your tires blowing out. As you said, you're going 65, 70 miles an hour down the interstate and your tire blows out. That's a big problem.
Well, if you think about it, it obviously is. It's a huge problem, but older tires with less tread are much more likely to blow out. Underinflated tires, you start wearing on the sidewalls. Overinflated don't wear properly, but just some basic maintenance is going to make a big difference. Another thing that we see as an issue is that if you're hauling anything to pick up, strap it down, make sure the load's secure. The liability of something flying off, I mean, can you live with yourself if that hits somebody and causes serious injury or death?
We talked about, we've all seen it where you go past a car and you're like, well, that car has obviously been in a crash sometime. Maybe not recently, maybe a month or two ago, and they've decided not to get that fixed. When does it get to the point, if you see, or if you're out enforcing and you see a car going down and wheels are wobbling or the bumper's hanging on, is there a point where you think, okay, that's it, these people have to get this off the road?
Right. If we see a car that is not safe to be on the roadway, we will stop it as an unsafe vehicle and it will be towed away. Yeah, because not every vehicle is safe to be on the road. Everybody here has seen them before. They're driving down the road and you're like, whoa, I need to back off a little bit. Something's going to fly off that car, or that it just doesn't look right. When you see that, call us, pound 677. We'll come out and we'll check it out for them.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that number. I never knew that's a way you can report if you see unsafe cars on the road, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. The other thing you talked about, and I hadn't thought about this, supply chain issues are making this even worse, right?
Yeah. Right now, you can't get parts for cars.
Right. Headlights, for example.
Right. So I've stopped a few people, and you have to have 2 headlights in your car. 2 headlights installed in the vehicle. Yeah. And you can tell the vehicle, like stop and like, oh, I just hit a deer. Like how long ago? Like 2 weeks ago. Oh, but the part's not going to come in for another 3 weeks. Yeah. It's not safe to drive. Just because it physically can drive on the roadway doesn't mean it should be.
Yeah, exactly. Another quick reminder, everybody, behave yourselves tonight for the partying, right?
Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. Right. Everybody go out, have a good time. It's a great night. We have beautiful weather, and you can drive, you can drink. You just can't do them together.
You can't do the both. All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. It's good seeing you. Delgoy Medical News coming up next on In Addition.